You can see broken right there.
Want to check for snakes, toads, vermin.
Yummy. Let's say good morning to the birds. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? How you doing?
I don't want it. Look at that. One day. Actually, I set this down the other day.
And it slid off and bounced and then poof, right in the water and floated for about a minute and then I've been looking at this and I don't even see an egg. Well, good morning from the Thai farm once again, where we have a little structural problem. My wife, you know, she likes to walk out on this pond sala to fish in the morning, and yeah, I heard her. And the bridge that I made a couple years ago now collapsed at its weak point, so I gotta get in the water. And it's cold today, man. Here, check it out from the view. You can see broken right there. And in my defense, this portion, you know, structurally, what I had to do at that point, at that part, was I had one beam connected to another beam with a side beam against it, and then I bolted a couple bolts through, another couple bolts through. So it was a flex point that was a little bit weak, but I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I might be able to put metal in there now, but it's not cool, man. But I believe it's just right at that point. It's not a major, you know, the wood itself is all right. I just wonder how am I gonna, I'm gonna have to get in the water, man. Should I put my waders on? The water level's down. Yeah, I'll try to put my waders on so I can assess the damage. The good thing about, you know, the bolts is that I can undo the bolts. I mean, it's been there a couple of years, so or some of the bolts might have actually broke through, fell in the water. But clearly I'm gonna have to regroup regroup. You know, the other side, it was really just two lengths, right? So you had one, like, you know, fairly long piece of wood there, and you know, remember this is all old scrap wood, so it worked out. But I'm remembering more now that instead of having it go straight across, right at the end I have it kicked up a little bit. So it went like this, and then it went up. And so at that junction where those bolts were, that's where I took that last piece and kind of canted a little bit. So that was probably the weak part. And maybe that's what I'm gonna have to do, is when I redo it, I'll what are you doing, buddy? My cat. I'll have to maybe better suited to just go straight with it. And then, you know, have another stair to get up on the sala or whatever. Dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? But yeah. It broke when my wife was walking on it. So she was like, ah. But she does not appear to be wet, so she did not fall in. I'm just like, her mom was just here because she had to take her to go do something. Her mom was here, and usually she tools around, and you know, she'll go fishing over here, this or that, or garden. But she rarely, I don't think I've seen her walk out there. Good thing too, if that was her, man, she'd be in the water for sure. She'd be in the water. But me, yeah. Want to check for snakes, toads, vermin. What am I gonna need? I'm probably gonna need some tools and stuff. So let me see what I got going, and I'll get going and get back at you. Yeah, I think what has happened is that piece of wood, or maybe those two pieces of wood or whatever, you know, they're not that submerged teak, you know, like some of the old wood that I always buy this guy. You know, this is from old teak houses that have been knocked down, and some of the wood, you know, has been submerged in water for 20 years, 50 years or whatever, and it's, you know, I don't know, petrified or something. And so anyway, it withstands the water pretty good. And over the last couple of years, certainly it's maybe, you know, hell, it's closer to 2.5 years now, whatever, since I put this here, I guess. I can look at my videos, but I think there's been numerous times when the water level here has got up into the beam and just soaked right there. And for the wood that is not accustomed to that, or otherwise don't like it, it probably does affect that as it stays wet underneath there, which invites what evidently is wood rot. I mean, I don't see, it looks like termites, but I don't see any evidence of termites. But let me see what I can do. If I don't knock my camera over and have it fall into the water and ruin my camera, which has been done before. Can't remember if this side is deeper than that side. A little bit. So what I did was I took the two planks out that were really under the crush point, and I temporarily used them as a leg up to shore this up. So yeah, so this is what I had. I mean, if you can see, I got a bolt, one over here, one here, 2, 4, and these ones 5, 6, 7. So, but this wood, this appears to be fine, you know, bolted to here. But this piece that I had underneath here, well, it was level, but this piece that connected these two pieces is what's messed up. Although now that I can see it, I'm looking at this, you know, this is where my nails were in here. So you can see this is rot right here, man. Yep, all that is termites. I can see them. So the termites indeed like that one. But the planks are all right. You know, these planks are the ones that were like, they weren't submerged, but you know, they're old wood planks that, you know, still fairly strong. I mean, I feel them rock solid. Even when I remember putting them on, I was hitting it with a hammer and I feel like I was hitting a piece of metal. Speaking of which, I do have this one piece of metal bar that was left over from when I'm building over there, and I was going to use this actually for that walkway that I'm building over there. But you know, priorities are a thing here on the farm, and so maybe I can use this, but I don't know if it's long enough even. It may be just long enough. I don't know. Actually, I do have, I don't know if it's the same size, but I got those two other pieces of this that are smaller, shorter. But ideally, I need it to go from I thought I had two, but I only have one. I forgot how I built this. But so here, and where it ends, I put this one post. I remember I added this one post, you know, to help in the middle of this whole thing. So because there's that one post there, and I don't have the equipment right now to be post holing through water into the mud. And when we drain this pond sometime in the near future, I am going to come out here and put more posts around this thing, just to, you know, so I don't have these issues. But here I put, you know, I put what I put here, 1, 2, 3, 4. I put 4 posts here, and then the one over there. So what I can do, I think it'll work, is make a triangle. So I'll just like a trailer hitch. So I can mount. I'll have to get metal, and I'll put two metal supports that go to that cement post and come all the way back here to these 2 cement posts, and then you know, relay this bridge portion on top of that. So it looks like it's a pretty big job. It's probably going to take me a few days, because I remember now, of course I'm remembering a lot of shit, but when these planks here, they only have 2 nails in each one, 2 here and then 2 there. But I remember when I was nailing them, and I can probably look at my video, the wood was too hard, so I literally had to drill a hole in the wood and I didn't drill it all the way through, if I remember, but I literally had to drill a hole in the wood so I could hammer that nail through there. And because of that, my nose itches, and because of that, these things are in there, but they do not want to come out. That's why I was trying to hammer that. Normally if it's a hammer plank, you throw a couple hammers on it and it'll start to pop out, but these things weren't moving, so I had to like, and the nails are still straight because the wood is what, you know, broke away, so I could get those 2 planks out right here. But I have to take all of this out so that I can get to that, better assess its angle. I got to take some of this out too, at least back to the cement post. And then and now that I keep saying this, I remember when I was putting this on here and I realized that it was going straight, it was like lower than I wanted it to. I was like, man. And then I figured, well, I'll just cant that little bit and then make it go up. In my mind, I remember saying, that's gonna fail. And then I probably thought, well, I'll come back, I'll shore it up, I'll do something different, I'll put some more support in there, blah blah blah, and I never did, or whatever. And here we are. You know, but it's not something that you know, can't be fixed, right? You should be able to fix it. And you know, I suppose in hindsight, not hindsight, but on that note, nut comes off pretty good because these are good bolts. That's why, you know, that's why in knockdown houses they use these same nuts and bolts. You know, you could have the house for a long time, man, and you know, 10, 20 years or whatever, and you should still be able to spin a nut off, and then use your hammer tap it out. With the washer. Yeah, see? So I can use it again. I don't have to keep buying these. Boom. But yeah, man. Well, it's pretty good for a couple of years. I just need to be working in the water here. I am gonna have to use my hammer drill to, you know, to bolt this metal in there, drill the holes in the metal so I can cinch it up in there. And which, you know, electrical and water at the same time, gotta watch it. Well, let's see what I can do. I can't be banging around all this stuff with the camera right here, so I'll get back at you when I've destroyed everything. All right. Yeah, well, pretty much destroyed that. And yeah, this is where I'm at. So I took out that whole section. And now that I'm, you know, rethinking everything I do here, I was right about these floorboards. These things are hard as a rock. I'm actually lucky that, as I described earlier, how I had to drill through there before I put the nail in, you know, hammered it in there. That actually helped, because it was difficult to get these boards out of this beam. Fortunately, because I had pre-drilled it right to about here, I just hit it hard enough, long enough, it pulled through that last bit, because I couldn't be anywhere where I could pull the nail out, you know. So I was able to knock them out that way without breaking them. One of them, I think a couple of them were cracked before, so they separated in two, but they're still planking hard, so that's good. But now that I've looked at the beams, even though some of these, the rest of these beams appear hard, I'm having a rethink, and I'm thinking maybe I should just take the whole thing up again. I mean, the posts are already in place, so with all the digging and then the hard part is really done. But if I replace the underside with metal, you know, then maybe that'll just be better. I mean, it's above the water. I probably could, you know, paint the metal right so that it's a little bit more rust resistant. That's termite dust. Because, you know, it could be that it's just a matter of time before the stronger wood you know, succumbs to the weaker wood. So if I take the weaker wood out and I just put this strong wood up against the metal, it'll probably be there for a while. Unless I make it cement, which I don't want to. I could, because they sell the, you know, cement slabs where I could just cut them to length and go ting, 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 ting on top of the metal. But I would need to put in more beams. I need to put in more posts. I'd probably have to put in 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5, 6. Yep. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got these two here. I have to go in the middle here. 5, 6. And I have to go on the end over there. 7, 8. I probably need to dig holes for 8 more posts. And that wasn't easy, because once I just want to drain the water out, you know, you're talking about decades old mud, clay at the bottom of this pond. And when I dug the holes for the middle posts going through here, these were here forever, but the middle posts, and I was using that small shark nose shovel, tink tink. It was like 1 day per hole to try and, you know, get down far enough to where I could get to the dry part, and then you know, and then concrete them in there. The quick fix, the quickest fix is, like I said, just bolting the tow bar to that and then lay it back, but I don't think that that's going to be good enough. So much for the quick fix. So I'm gonna need to do something. I think what I have to do is use metal. Use the metal for these rails. And I can't nail the wood in there. I'm gonna have to metal drill the wood in there. Anyway, got the big wheels turning while I'm trying to figure out a solution. And while I'm out here in my waders, I'm gonna get underneath there and I'm gonna do an inspection of all that wood. I think it was in the same batch, but if I remember, that was, you know, dock wood or whatever. It was good water wood or whatever. All right, man. Well, let me get back at it. I'll get back at you with what I know. Well, the good news here is that this wood has not been affected. I've been looking at this and I don't even see an egg of any kind of termite or anything. And the good part about that is, or I mean, I think the reason that is like that is because, I don't want to smack my head, is because it's high enough above the water, which makes me think about this bridge here. Maybe the more appropriate thing to do is to raise the bridge to the level of the, you know, deck out here, which would mean I just need to, it's not much farther. It's like 6 inches. So what I would need to do is I would need to, on this, you know, on this step here, of course I'm going to remove this, right? So I would just need to put the metal, you know, bolt the metal to this, right, on the step, but have it come up at about that high before I bolt the other one. You know what I mean? So I just I should be able to easy enough raise this whole bridge by 6 inches. That'll definitely give me the clearance where I won't get submerged like it's been, you know, that bottom rail's been submerged on a number of occasions, so I won't get that water. And, you know, as water evaporates, there's this layer above the water, right? It's a layer of evaporation, evaporative water, and that gets underneath here. So yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a redo of the old bridge to Terabithia. But the question is, do I want to start smashing all that right now? I need to finish the roof on that thing. I got the metal over there, so I think I'm gonna have to abandon this. If my wife wants to go out there fishing, she's gonna have to swim. Yeah. I'll wait on this till I get the roof on that, and maybe I can do a little bit. You know, I always try and multitask, right? So, and even today, it's sunny out now, so I want to get over there and do some more welding, get to see if I can't get the rest of that frame up there. That's what I really wanted to do today, before I was called to duty. All right, man, this part right here where I'm standing, you know, I'm only like thigh deep in water, because underneath the bridge the water's built up here, and then it goes down to the ponds on that side. And actually right there, right here, that's probably, it goes down like this and up underneath there. It's like, so there's a tunnel that goes from this side to this side, and as we drain the pond, the water will all come from this side and go down that tunnel, because this side is lower. And then eventually the corner over there is where most all the water needs to come out at, because it's the lowest point. But if I walk there in my waders, I'll dip out in there and it'll probably be here. So I don't want to do that. But being that this is high, it's easy enough for me to just get up. Get up. Yeah, man. Bummer. But as I said, I had my premonitions. It was probably gonna fail. Wasn't really counting too much on a bunch of termites, but I should have known. Oi. By the way, these waders are one size too small. The boots, I mean. This I can make longer, or just add some to it or whatever. But because the boots are, I think the boots are a 10 maybe, and they should be like an 11. I'm a 10.5 shoe, running shoe, but with these boots, should be 11. And when it's short and you try and bend, whoa, they bind. So I can't really get out there. I need new ones anyway, because somewhere I punched a hole in the toe, and so yeah, they leak. So my shorts get a little bit wet, but for the most part I'm still dry. I didn't have to get totally soaking wet. But yeah, gonna have to wait on that disaster. That's your bummer. Bummer in the summer. My wife was over there cutting down the tree. You probably saw that maybe in the back of the video. Just cutting all the tree branches off there so she can collect leaves. People eat the leaves. Here, check it out. Yummy. Like the flowering. It's like a flower almost. And it rained like all night last night too, so. There they are. I want to say good morning to the birds. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? How you doing? As soon as you touch it, oh no! What? Is it food? Nope. Psych. I came this morning and the mom was in there, you know, sleeping, and I actually, there's some mosquitoes in there. It was wet, and so I took the blower and I started to blow it, and she's like flying right by me. But yeah, see, the ground's still all wet here, man. It's wet, and it rained on my wood, That wood I ain't worried about, but
I don't want it. Look at that. One day. Actually, I set this down the other day, but I can guarantee you these termites. Okay.
if you don't know, you can Google it. There's a number of varieties of termites around the world, and certainly in Thailand. But the number one termite that does all the damage in Thailand is this subterranean kind. They're the ones that live in the dirt. So if you lay a piece of wood down on the dirt, and certainly wet dirt, for any length of time, they're gonna come up and get it, like they did right there. Here, you know, this wood was sitting on the cement. There's a little bit right there, some cracks from before maybe. Over here, so this is all right because it's not touching the dirt. 3 days worth of rain, and that's what I get. It's all wet in here too. But I gotta get going, man. I think I can do it. I don't like it being all wet in here, especially if I'm gonna be welding and stuff, you know, because that's it out of voltage. But go change my clothes, put on my other flip-flops for welding. All right, man, let's do this and I'll get back at you, see how far I get today with that weld job. All right, back at you.
Whoa. Well, I got her done. At least this part. I changed it. Oh, I changed my plan a little bit because I forgot about something, and I remembered just in time. And that was the spacing. I was actually putting one, I marked the middle, and I was going to go half here and then half here and have that big open space in the middle because, you know, more clear to see stars and stuff. But I remembered that the sheets come in, you know, like 4x8s. So the spacing, the bars need to be the inside of the 4. So that way I, you know, so now I can put a sheet right here in the middle, one on here, one on there, and then it'll just overlap on the end just a little bit because it's not quite 12 feet, it's like 11 and a half or something. But dude, that's all day, man, all day. I didn't get to that side, but this is primarily the one I want because I want to, you know, make the roof on this side. And I was here doing my thing, and you know, one of the things I have to do is not only see that it's level by using my, oh my god, you know, my old beat up level, but by the way, it is level. Yeah, so my good level, the one I just bought a little bit ago, yeah, it was over here, or no, it was over there or over here or something, and I had it on the side and it slid off and bounced and then poof, right in the water and floated for about a minute, and then it's at the bottom of the pond. Dang it. Oh my god, I'm dead, man. I am dead. But you know, I got a lot done today. Well, I got that bridge and I got all this. Now I'm gonna go walk over there to the other side. I'm gonna look back here, it's gonna be all crooked. You watch. And it's all sunny and everything, but it's probably gonna be raining again tonight, so I gotta put everything up again. Whew. Well, I think it's gonna look good when it's done. The closer it gets, the better it gets in my mind's eye. All right, man. Well, hey, hope you enjoyed that, and stay tuned for the next chapter of this pond project palace out here on the Thai farm. So again, whoa, thanks for watching. Keep watching and get back at you.